Now it says I'm offline. Now it says I'm online. Now it's telling me I'm live. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm back. But I have a big swirling thing on my head. So, I don't know where I left off. Oh, I was telling Anthony, he knows, he remembers when I called them, and I was talking about the Sith Trooper, but then I started going off on all these little tangents and things that happen with the Sith Trooper, and then jammed transmission. I called in there because no, it wasn't them, was it? I called in with them, calling with Bombardcast, but yeah, I called into the one and I was talking about Indiana Jones, and I looked down at my phone that I was recording on, and it was 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, and I was still talking, and I was still had a lot more to say and go on. So I just kind of ended it there because their quick question I was supposed to answer was 5 minutes long. So I gotta find out if there's a way for me to tell who's in here. Because I know, like, I can see who's in here. I got Lego and Rez because they're talking. It says I have 2 people watching. We lost Anthony. Oh. Okay. Oh, see, all right. Now I'm up to 4. Oh yeah, it counts me as a participant. I don't want to play with this stuff till later on in case I do something that disconnects us. But yeah, I was just saying, Anthony, I don't know if you were on or not, how if you heard my couple of my voice messages, I go to answer one question and I end up talking about something completely different. Or when I was on Scruffy Podcasters, the Scruffy Podcast, they'd ask me a question and I'd get done with the question after talking for a couple minutes, and I'd get done with what I was saying and I'd look at them and I'd be like, thinking to myself, I didn't even answer your question. I just went off on my own tangent. But yeah, it crashed here. It went from telling me I had bad stream health to good stream health, and as soon as it switched over, it crashed, and then took a couple minutes to start again. Yeah, if I'm, if you just let me go and talk, God only knows what kind of tangent I'm gonna go on. You guys asked me a question about one thing, and 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, I haven't answered your question at all, and I've answered 5 other questions you didn't care to hear about. So, anyways, yeah, I'm looking at this my toy from Attack of the Clones, and oh, okay, I didn't know it was from Attack of the Clones. I thought it was from the Phantom Menace. But they got some decent ones on there. I mean, I don't really. I have the Black Series that last. That was a horrible job by me. See that time delay? You can't really tell anything. Um, Last New York Comic Con, I didn't have one Black Series, one anything, and went around at Comic Con. Was gonna pick up a few things, and the people I was there with, they were telling me not to. That the prices were too expensive. And I came home and fell down an eBay hole and just started ordering a ton of Black Series stuff. And the Black Series collecting still continues today. And add to that, I am not a pop collector. I do not collect Funko Pops. They just end up at my house. And the money comes out of my bank account. But I don't know how. Because I don't collect them. Except their Smuggler's Bounty. Those I will admit to collecting. But the regular Funkos, I don't collect those. They just kind of show up. Like when I went to go get the, if you guys saw my video or the picture I posted, the Boba Fett one that just came out, the anime pop. I went to go, see, I don't collect them. That was one I liked. I went to go buy it. And as I was walking by a Baskin Robbins, which I've never seen in New York City before, I was like, wait a second. They have those Stranger Things pops. Let's go see if they have them. And I knew they wouldn't have any because they're impossible to find. And I walk in there and they have a whole wall of them. So I picked up a couple. But that's not collecting. That's just finding something you like and buying it. There's a difference, I think. So I tell myself. You're coming to New York City, Anthony? This year I won't be going to Comic-Con because I have a 100th birthday party to go to in St. Louis. So I have to be in St. Louis and dressed and ready for Mass at 9 a.m. Or Mass is at 9 a.m., I'm not sure. So, I mean, I'll probably go Thursday. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Rez. I know. It's Star Wars keeps you young. I'll go Thursday. I'm not sure when I'm leaving or when I have to be there. The big Rogue One Army meetup, which is what brought me into this part of the fandom, is Saturday night. So I'm really bummed I'm going to miss that. But, I mean, I got to go to St. Louis. You only turn 100 once, if you're lucky. So, my ideal would be take the latest flight out of New York City to St. Louis Saturday night. So even if it was like 10 o'clock, I could leave for the airport at 8. Leave at 8, 7:30. No problem getting there. It's probably, I don't know, I'm guessing like a 3-hour flight, time difference. I'd get there about midnight, go to mass in the morning, have the party, be there Monday, come home Tuesday morning. But, you know, I'm not in charge of what I do. I get away with what I can. Yeah, New York Comic Con was great because um, I was with all the podcasters and their friends and fans and everybody, because that's how I was brought into this part of the fandom. Um, was by them. So you know, it was weird because I wasn't listening to their podcasts and doing things with them or listening to them, or whatever you want to say. Uh, Being a fan, follower, listener, and then ending up going to one of these groups. Like I said earlier, I started this up to make Star Wars friends, and 2 weeks later, I get a message on Twitter, "Hey, come meet us." But I'm going to save that story for next week. That's a little bit of sizzle for you there. Yep, St. Louis, Missouri. It's my girlfriend's grandmother's birthday, so it'll be all her family, which I know and love. Me and my girlfriend have been together for 7-ish years. Um, it's kind of a fudgy thing because, you know, oh, she hated me, and then we became friends, and, it just kind of goes from there. But, it's one of those things. To know me is to love me. You got to get through my sarcasm and assholeness, which I'm still having a problem with on Twitter because my funny comments that I make, um, a lot of people don't think they're funny because they don't get the context or the tone. Hey, no nerd, thanks for joining us. But I say something that I think is funny or type something I think is funny, and they take it as offensive because. But I guess you got to have a tough skin to be on Twitter, otherwise, you know, you don't last very long, or you get offended by everything and just block everyone and everything in the world. So, is there anything else we feel like talking about tonight? Yeah, I was thinking about that, Anthony, with Eric. I actually, when I was at um, Celebration, I was with Eric and all them. I was in the house with everybody. You know, that's like it was the Bad Motivators and Sith List and um, Canto Blight Dispatch. That's my little friend. I can't believe she's been quiet this whole time. That's my little baby. Wow, that delay just seems to keep getting longer. But yeah. Um, it all depends on how long I'm in St. Louis for and what I have going on, what I can, you know, get away with. Not get away with, but when you're going for a family event, it's sometimes hard to get away to say, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my friends for a little while. Um, so, everything's up in the air yet. I don't have plans yet. Um, oh, happy birthday. I didn't even see that. I was dealing with my puppy. Um, but, you know, if I, the longer I stay, the better chance I have of being able to get away and hang out with friends. Um, the shorter I'm there, it's going to be all family. Um, this is Delilah. We just call her Delilah, but it's actually Delilah. Um, I had two other dogs with the girlfriend I was with at the time, and she brought this dog home. It was rescued, 4 weeks old, and I said, nope, we're not keeping it. And she put it in the palm of my hands, and it didn't even fit in the palm of my hands. It was so small. And after about 2 or 3 minutes, you couldn't help but fall in love with her. And I said, fine, we can keep her, but I get to name her. And she said, fine. And I said, but whatever I name her, we have to call her. You can't make up your own nickname or call her anything else. Whatever I name her, you have to call her. And she agreed with me. So it's Dale. I was living in North Carolina. It's Dale after Dale Earnhardt Jr. And Duke after Daisy Duke, because I was watching a lot of Dukes of Hazzards at that time. So it's Delilah Duke. She keeps looking at me because she knows I'm calling her name. So yeah, that's she's 12. And then my other dog, I have a hound dog. She is 15. And she's at the point she's turned into, you know, kind of like a toddler now. She sleeps all day, and when she stands up or wakes up, it's because she needs to go out and go to the bathroom, or she wants to eat. So, you know, not like it used to be back in the good old days. I would, she'd have to go out and she'd wait until I took her out. Now the roles are reversed, and when she's got to go out, she goes out right away. All right, Lego. Well, thanks for stopping in and seeing us and hanging out with us. Um, all right, Endo Nerd. You go pour one back for me. Um, if everything goes as planned, I will be here same time, most likely next Monday to do the drawing for the ATST Chicken Walker. You don't have to be here, but just you were here today, so you're qualified. Plus, you've commented on my video, so you're definitely qualified. Okay, I'm gonna put you right here. So, is there any other Star Wars? Well, I mean, I plan to. Um, my like I was saying before, when I started, I had these great ideas of what I was gonna do, and I saw half these mamalukes on. I don't know if that's a bad word or not. If it is, I apologize to whoever I offend. Um, have these jabronis, I can get away with saying that, um, on YouTube that just basically make shit up and make multiple videos a day and have no integrity. Um, you might know where I'm going with if you saw the thumbnail I had. Kind of a little joke I put on there. Um, and if these guys can sit here and talk to people, you know, someone that has at least a little bit of Star Wars knowledge and doesn't just make crap up and actually wants to communicate and have friends that deal with this stuff, I should be able to do it. I was naive, never thinking that, you know, it's easy to get views when you're spewing hate and making up crazy thoughts and, just out and out lies versus actually talking to people and having a conversation or saying what you think. But hey, you know, I respect the hustle. I just don't respect them. There's a big difference. It's like, would you rather write for the Inquirer or write for National Geographic? I mean, the Inquirer might pay better, but National Geographic's probably more fulfilling. And then I actually I was trying to do a little bit of everything. I was trying to do news as soon as it came out and put a video out on YouTube, and trying to do, this and that, trying to figure out what I, kind of like my niche, what I wanted to do. And I said, you know what? No one's doing, that I know of or knew of at the time, a Star Wars daily um, like informational thing. So I started doing the history of Star Wars, and I have it's actually down there under a bunch of other books, the history of Star Wars books, the same one that Steel and Hawes are doing their Patreon show for. But they're going year by year. I was doing it day by day, and I was honestly putting in probably about 4 to 5 hours a day working on it because I'd have to go through every year and look and see, does, what's today? Today's August 19th. So if I was making the video for today, I'd have to go through every year and look for August 19th. And then every August 19th, I would have to go through when I found whatever it was, and then I wouldn't really talk about it. I would just say this happened on this day. Then I have to go and find pictures that correlated with it, and then put those into edit those into the YouTube video. And I never edited anything before in my life, so I was teaching myself how to do this while doing way too big of a project. And it lasted 2 months, and I just got burnt out, and I stopped doing it just because it wasn't fun anymore. I was doing it because I started it, not because I enjoyed it anymore. Yeah, and just stopped doing it for a while, and was gonna keep start it back up again, and just never did. And then when I came back from Celebration, I was gonna start it back up, and it took me a little while, but I started getting going back on, and it's now 4 months later or 5 months later, and I'm starting to do a little bit more with it. Um, the one thing that does suck about YouTube, and YouTube, I hope you watch this, Mr. YouTube and Mrs. YouTube. My one video I have that has 20,000 views on it, I was just being lazy. I was laying in bed, and it was the Oscars or the Emmys, or they're the same thing, I don't know, or one of the award shows, and the new cast came out. I guess it would have been, or it would have probably been, I don't know. I don't remember who it was. It was, um, you know, Oscar Isaac and Daisy Ridley, and it doesn't matter. But anyways, they came out, and I pulled out my phone, and I just recorded this 2 minutes of them walking out and saying hi and presenting the award, and BB-8 rolling around and going back, and that was my, for having nothing. Hey, Pokemon Master, how you doing? Or should I call you 884, whichever one you prefer, whichever is easier. So I lazily just took the the video and put it up there, and right away just started getting hit after hit after hit after hit, and it got up to about 80,000 views. And I started getting a lot of views on all my other videos. So I had 100 followers, or 120 followers, or whatever it was, and a video with 80,000 views, and a bunch of videos with 800 views or 1,000 views. And I turned on the computer one day, and those 80,000 views went down to 20, and a lot of my other videos were cut in half. I don't know why. I don't know how. I contacted YouTube trying to find out what happened, and they just really never gave me an answer or a response. It was just, it is what it is. They do their thing, and they figure out what it's supposed to be, and whatever the rules are, how things go. I would have been halfway to being monetized, and would have probably kept with it, and it was just really a big blow and discouraging, and that's part of the other reasons I never went back to making any videos. I mean, I really don't think it's possible, but what I would love to happen is to be able to be at my 1,000 viewers and 4,000 hours of view time is what you need to be monetized. But also, when you do that many, then you can mobily live stream, or I'm not sure the exact details, but I don't have to, I could go to Celebration and walk around with my phone, or with a camera that shoots right up to stream, and live stream mobily. But that's, I don't know how it's possible without me the amount of work I'd have to put in. It just doesn't seem likely. That would be, I still need another 800 people to 750 people to subscribe to me, and even if I did a live stream and got 100 people to watch it for the next 40 weeks for an hour, that's what I would need to get up there so I'd be able to walk around and live stream. But I guess it's not really that bad. You know, I just, if I want to, just walk around with a recorder and at Celebration with a camera and, you know, throw it right on there. You know, we'll see. Rez, I like the way you think. You know, of course, I'm probably like most people, I'm my biggest critic. Um, you know, I just need to, you know, if I do a live stream every week and open up one of my boxes or two of my boxes every week, you know, um, we'll see how close we get. I mean, I think on Amazon right now I have 12 books ordered, and those are all Star Wars books that are coming out from now until Christmas, starting, I think, October 1st might be the first ones. And then a lot of them, the dates are getting pushed up. They don't really know what the publishing date's going to be or the date that they're going to be released. So, like, something that was supposed to come out and in December now got moved up until October or November. So a lot of that's going to happen. And depending on what the books are, they're all the story of or encyclopedias, the guides. You know, and I can do an unboxing for it, and you know, then say, here, look, here's what it is. Yeah, all of them. I'm getting all of them. I think they're on Amazon pre-ordered. So, yeah. I got the hashtag RDS. So, you know, open up the book and see, you know, what they are, and do a quick little presentation. Here you go, and then actually go through it a little bit better. And I think my best bet would be changing how my camera is, and because right now I'm in my bedroom. I have a huge bedroom for New York City. I have a queen size bed over there with a dresser, a bookcase, dresser, desk, bookcase, armoire. Then I have a little living room, and over here with a closet and another desk and everything. So I use this as my recording studio, which kind of becomes a pain in the ass because I can only record then when my girlfriend's not home. But if I start doing more live streams or recording, that might just end up, I might go in the real living room. I won't have a beautiful backdrop or anything. And then changing the camera angle and actually being able to flip through the books more, get more of a close-up angle on them, or taking pictures and just editing the pictures in. You know, not really sure, because all these guys out there, the big YouTubers, they all know what they're doing. I mean, they were me at one point in time. You know, I'm never going to get as big as them, but they all know what they're doing, and you know how to, the best way to do things, and you know, yeah, just everything. Where, you know, like I said earlier, I had never edited a video and took on this big project that might have probably would take somebody else 2 hours, took me 4 or 5, but you know, I'm having fun doing this, so, why not do it? And depending on school starting up again, um, so depending on school and work, if my days off have to change, um, I might not be doing it on Mondays anymore, or maybe somebody that has a podcast on that records their podcast on a Monday, I'm a guest on there for, so I can't do it. I might do it at 6 o'clock. I might do it at 9 o'clock. I mean, hell, if I did it at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, you guys that are watching or talking with me right now might not be on or might not be able to be here, but the guys on the West Coast might be on or be able to do it because, I mean, it's 5 o'clock right now. If they're working a 9 to 5, they're just getting out of work now. So I'm just doing it and having fun. Maybe, I'll get lucky and, be able to get up to my, I say monetize, but I'm never going to make any money off of it. It's just, I want to be able to stream mobily, or, whatever the correct terms are for it. What's this button do? Nothing. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. I'm going to have to ask about this. See, so I don't know how this... just because I'm still trying to figure this out. Like, it says that there's 7 people watching, but when I go to click on participants, it gives me 4. So I don't know if that's how many people it says watching right now. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. And my friends that actually do live streams, like Galactic that was in here earlier, he'd be able to answer that for me, but he's playing some, trying to rip off some carnies right now, win some stuffed animals. But yeah. All right. So we got any more Star Wars to talk about right now? We got D23 this weekend, so we'll probably find out if what that third one is or what's going on with Kenobi. That's what we talked about earlier. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that does it for today. Maybe. I told my girlfriend, I said, I'm going on at 7. From 7 to 7:30. And then maybe I'll go back on at 11. Depends what I'm doing. And she said I might be home by 11. I said, well, then I won't go back on. Oh, see? When you think you're out, they pull you back in. My favorite Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi. I think it's the best Star Wars movie that there is, um, story wise, and just the things that happen in the movie. Um, I know a lot of people, it's their least favorite or don't like it for whatever. Um, and it's valid for them to have their reasons why they don't like it. It's not valid for them to act like a bunch of little bitches about it, though. You don't like something, you don't like something. You just move on from it. You don't. I was saying earlier, sit there and make videos about it, but that's how you make your money. Maybe I should start doing that. Just start screaming. I'll start, I got a couple $1,000s worth of Black Series. I'll just start breaking those in half and see what I can do. And then, after about 50 million views, I'll make my money back for all the crap I break. They're idiots. They're stupid. But, that's how they want to. I don't know them personally. I just know them from their persona or what they put on YouTube. And, they're a bunch of assholes. But maybe in real life, they're nice people or nice guys. They're just, that's how they make their money. They're just, in their mind, they're just acting. But, what they don't realize is they're harming the fandom. And when you have people coming up to you because they know you like Star Wars, and they're like, "Oh, did you see that Mike Zero video? Oh, what do you think about it?" And it's like, no, I didn't see it. And see, I'm getting ready. Like I'm gonna start turning to one of their videos and start swearing and everything. Um, but you know, no, I didn't see the video, and no, um, so whatever they're talking about, the times don't add up, and maybe Ezra came back and they can go through a porthole to go back through time. So, maybe Rey is, um, you know, I don't know, Mace Windu's daughter. Just throwing it out there. Not even that. Like that's the video that he would put out there. All right, Poke. Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably see you on Discord. But anyways, to answer his question, yeah, my favorite one is The Last Jedi. See, there you go. Off on my little tangent. Ah. That's a good Patreon show, Tarkin's Tangents, right there, on Bad Motivators. But I think the most fun Star Wars movie is Solo. I saw it in 4D the first time I saw it on opening night, and besides being a great movie and a lot of fun, it was like a 2.5 hour Disney ride, is what it really was. Because your seats are moving around, you're getting splashed with water. I've been to a couple other 4D movies, and everything that they put out for smells, everything smells like olives or olive brine. But yeah. But I mean, chances are you can take any Star Wars movie, and I would rather watch that over other movies. But all right, I just yawned. That was very nice of me. I hope you guys all enjoy that. Um, I think I'm gonna call it here, unless someone else has. Yeah. Oh, see, there you go. Right when I get ready to stop, somebody has to bring something up or ask me a question. Um, hashtag make solo 2 happen. Um, you know, what if the series we have is Solo and not Kenobi? Um, you know, what if they intersect somehow? Um, you know, Solo 2 deals with Kenobi because we hear the stories or find out the stories of Obi-Wan looking over and protecting Luke from the bad things that are going to happen um, to him, or protecting the homestead from pirates. Oh yeah, I watched that. It's really good. It's it's just funny how it's just one big incestual circle, the Fandom Menaces, and I say a rumor, and then 20 people go make a video about the rumor I said, and then I make a video about how they said the rumor, so they're confirming what I said in the first place, and I was the one who said it and made it up, but now 20 other people said it, so it must be true. Um, and there's no logic or rhyme or reason in what they do. Um, but what if? Yeah. So what if Solo? What if Solo's announced, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off because it's not Kenobi, but Kenobi takes place and towards the middle or the end of it. Or what if Kenobi stretches his entire time on Tatooine, and you have the first couple episodes are when he first gets there and watching over Luke, and Luke is a little boy, and you know, I mean, Han's been going or on Tatooine for pretty much the entire time Luke was there. So, how do we know that their paths never crossed, or they worked not together but on something similar? I mean, there's just so many different possibilities, and what's going to happen, what can happen. Um, you know, see, here I am theorizing on possibilities of what could happen, what I'd like to happen. I'm going to be happy with whatever they give me. Other people are going to be sitting here talking about how their sources told them this is what's going to happen, and then put out 10 videos on it today. But okay, I think that's about it for today. Unless someone's going to throw in a question and keep me going. I'm happy with what we have. I'm happy with what we're getting. And I'm sure I'm going to be happy with what we have in the future. If there is something I'm not happy with in the future, I'll probably watch it. I probably won't rewatch it. I probably won't make videos about it, either how good it is or how bad it is. Are you guys hearing that bell every once in a while when I get a notification? I just got to figure out if I need to turn that off, if that's coming through the microphone or not. Okay, I'll have to try and figure out how to turn that off. So. Yeah, I got to figure out. So, I mean, I'm just talking to talk to you because I don't know what the hell's going on. It says I got 4 people watching. It says Lego Rez, Rural Farm Boy, and me. Those are my participants, the 4 people watching. But I think Lego left a while ago because he said he was going to work. I know Rez is here. I'm here, obviously. And then Sayaku Shinobi, is that your name? So you got to figure out. All right, Rez. Yeah, I'm going to call it quits. I've been saying that for the last 20 minutes because I did a half hour before this. Psycho. Okay, so that's not your real name. Or maybe it is. I shouldn't have said that. I was just going with Psycho. Like it was from a character or a show or something like that. All right, Rez, thank you very much for stopping in. I'll see you in that Twitterverse. And next Monday. Okay, whoever's left in here. Psycho. And I'm not sure who else. I did about a half hour earlier and it cut out. And now I'm back up to about an hour here. So I would like to thank everyone who is still here or kind of here or doing whatever for joining me on my first live stream chat, whatever you want to call it, thing. And I'll see you all in the future. I said good day. May the force be with you. I don't know how to turn this off. Somebody help me. Help me, please.